These protests are not new to Burkina Faso. They have been recurring for months. The call has been the same. Several hundred people demonstrated in Ouagadougou against the French presence and demanded the departure of its French ambassador to Burkina Faso.
We don't want their help anymore. We want them to go back. We're tired of them. The French ambassador, we want him to go back. The soldiers in Camboinsin, we all want them to go back. Let them free Burkina.
We have decided we want to lead this fight. The war we are currently waging, Burkina Faso has decided to lead the fight with good partners. And we feel that France is not the ideal partner to accompany us to the final victory.
And now Burkina Faso's junta government ordered hundreds of French troops to depart the West African country within a month, adding the decision had been made to end the presence of France's military on Burkinabe soil.
What we denounce today is the agreement that allows, of course, the French forces to be present in Burkina Faso. This is not about the end of diplomatic relations between Burkina Faso and France. The vision of the transition today, it is the Burkinabe themselves who will make the sacrifice for the liberation of our territory, for the reconquest of the integrity of the territory, and especially for the refoundation.
Days before the expulsion order, a French minister said her government would not stop supporting Burkina Faso in its fight against Islamist militants and wished to remain involved despite the growing anti-French sentiment and diplomatic tensions.
We
know the price that the Burkinabe armed forces and the civilian population have been paying for years in the face of groups that have decided to turn the country from haven to a war zone.
Burkinabe paye depuis des années.
So let me just interject real quick before the video finishes. I want us to say this before. If the country is being attacked by jihadists and the French troops, sole purpose of coming into Burkina Faso is to aid with the influx of jihadists or ISIS or whatever they be, and help them with the war to fend off attacks. But if before you come, sorry about the noise, it's something just passing by. So if before you come into the country to help, if hundreds of French army came in to help, so let's say before they came in, they're having this issue with the jihadis, and after you came in with hundreds of troops and warplanes and trucks and tankers and all that, and they're having the same issue they were having before you come, obviously something is not working. There's a miscommunication, and something is happening, because why are you there if you're not assisting the country to help with the war problem? And the citizens and the government are telling you to leave. And the French minister gave a press conference stating that they're going to still help you. If they tell you leave, which means they don't want no European help, just leave, cut all ties to them and dip, bounce, because you're saying you're going to continue to aid them. That's not going to stop from what the government said. They sent a decree stating leave. They're giving you a certain amount of days, a week to leave the country. Just bounce. Pack up all the things, your tanks, your trucks, your warplanes, and go. And then let them take over and do what they say they want to do, because they say they want to take care of themselves. So, no, before going further, let's finish the video and we continue. Boom.
Relations between France and Burkina Faso, a former French colony, have deteriorated following 2 military coups that were partly spurred by the authorities' failure to protect civilians from jihadist attacks. France has some 400 special forces based in Burkina Faso to help government forces battle a violent Islamist insurgency that has spread across the Central Sahel region from Mali over the past decade. Burkina Faso is facing another crisis, the unprecedented mass kidnapping. On January the 12th and 13th, Armed men seized the women and their children while they were scouring the bush for fruit and leaves outside 2 villages in the Sahel region, Sum province. Security forces staged a rescue operation and found 27 adult women and 39 babies. Children and young girls in the adjacent Centre North province. Burkina Faso is one of several countries in West Africa battling a rampant insurgency with links to Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State.
So here, you see, that's what I was saying earlier. The jihadists came in freely, took 29 or 20 or 29 female adults and 39 kids. How is it possible your sole purpose of being in Burkina Faso is to stop the jihadists from advancing and take those wars in and take people, kidnapping people and disappear with them? So what's your purpose? Your purpose is to aid the government. Mind you, in Burkina Faso they had 2 coup d'etats, which means the government was overthrown twice. So the French aid was specifically to aid the government and stop the jihadists. But you fail on both fronts, because if you had 2 coups under your watch and you have jihadists still coming in, kidnapping women and kids, still freely, like basically just walk in and take them, what is your purpose? So in my mind, your purpose is not to protect the citizens, is for some other reason. So why are you there? I remember now, jihadists don't have warplanes, tankers, ships and all. The French army, over 400 troops, and remember, it's not just 4 regular army guys, it's 4 special troops coming. So it's like it's a special arm of the army. It's 400 specials. It's not normal army soldier guys. So you come with warplanes, tanks, trucks, and you leave in the jihadists just wars in on foot, on horseback, and buggies, and camels, and just taking people, kidnapping them in day, and over 80 people, and then you couldn't stop them, you didn't have no, what's the word I'm looking for? When they get, there's no intel to stop all this advancement. So what are you there for? Tell me what's the issue. Leave them fend, as they say, they wanna take the army and take over and run things. If that's the case, just leave them there and see what happens. I am not too familiar with Burkina Faso, but if someone tell you leave the house, just leave the house. Leave them and then stand on the sideline and look and see if it's a better. It will need 6 months and then see what's happened, and then you will know if they made a mistake. But you have to give them a chance to correct what they say, because they say they want democracy and peace and all. And let's see. So if they have 10 things on the list, and if the government can provide at least 6 or 7 of those needs, then the people will be happy. But if you have 10 things on the list to do and you're only doing 1 or 2, you're going to keep on having coups. And so they need a long-term plan. So let's hope that whoever is taking over now is going to aid the citizens and stabilize the flipping of governments, the different coups, and stop the war. Let's hope and see what happens. Anyway, thanks for watching. You don't know, it's a Washington SXN podcast. Tell a friend. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section. I will always respond. I might not get back to you right away, but I will respond over time. So, thanks for watching. Peace. One love. Boom.